Howdy, 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 doody, doody, everybody. How are you? Welcome this afternoon. A little bit of LOTRO. You may see some orange text up there. That is because I am monitoring my performance of my 5090. Yes, I just spent a lot of money on a graphics card that is top of the range to play a game that is 18 years old. There's some common sense in there somewhere. So yeah, currently I'm just monitoring temperatures and performance and everything, just while we're kind of in-game. It's holding around 300 watts, which is okay. It's not too shabby. It's not too shabby, but yeah. Did the unboxing video and everything earlier, which some of you will have seen, because we did a rough and ready, what did I call it earlier? It wasn't rough and ready, it was quick and dirty. That was it, quick and dirty. I like that. Like my women. Quick and dirty stream, doing the unboxing of the 5090. I did get it yesterday, but yeah, that's my wife, by the way. I'm not saying she's quick and dirty. She's not quick. I just stopped there. So yeah, we did the unboxing, showed it off, everything else. I've still got to do some tweaking, etc. I do want to undervolt it to bring the wattage down and any temperatures, but yeah, 61 degrees. I can't hear it as such. I hear the hum, but that's just the general system. But I normally wear a headset, so how you doing, Melon? Any other kind of sounds? It doesn't sound any different to me. But I have done one benchmark. If you did see us see it this morning, the stream that we did, I did show some of the benchmark results that I had from my 3080 Ti. Oh, actually, I just realised I haven't got my bot running. Let's get that running. So yeah, I had a few benchmarks that I've been doing, got them running. And then I've actually just run a new test of the on the 5090 to compare. And bearing in mind, I've gone from the 3080 Ti. I've skipped the 4000 generation. This is on NVIDIA, and then I've gone to. Oh, hello. What's going on here? Let me just put that somewhere. Whoop, hello. No. There. Wow, where's my bot gone? Okay, there we go. That's better. Wow, that was epically odd. Sorry, my bot just disappeared totally, and I'm like, where's it gone? But yeah, it's there. Let's just twink that out. There we go. So yeah, we did a test. We just double checked that everything was running okay and things were doing as they should, and yeah, they were. But yeah, I've gone from the 3080 Ti up to a 5090, both Founders Editions. So I've skipped a generation. So I didn't have the 4000 series. I've just gone straight to the 5000 series. Now, the one test that I ran very, very briefly, I got an increase of 176%. So not just a doubling. That was 176%. I think the score was something like 12,000 with the 3080 Ti, and then I got something like a 35,000 with the 5090. It's just nuts. It really is nuts. Now, is it really going to make a difference with LOTRO? No. Is it going to make a difference with other things such as more modern games? Absolutely. Is it going to help me in my productivity at work? Yes, absolutely, and that's the reason I've got it. Is it ridiculously expensive? Absolutely, and I did say that this morning. I think that they're absolutely nuts, the pricing of graphics cards. Top-end graphics cards. At least AMD have done some kind of work towards that in terms of getting in there and doing some damage in the 9070 XT series that they've kind of just launched, which I think is cool. So I think we're very, very lucky on that score that they're kind of fighting back, especially in the mid-run. To be honest with you, Mike, how you doing? The game kind of limits it. I think it's like some ridiculous amount. I can't remember, but on my UI over there, I mean, I'm in a load screen, so I'm just waiting for my character to load in. It was some ridiculous amount. I mean, you know, the thing is as well, if I play at 4K, I can't do full screen windowed for some reason. I think it's a limitation, but so I'm kind of rendering at 1440p, but outputting to 4K. It's a bit nuts. It's a bit nuts. So anyway, here we are. Now, if I bring up my in-game, it's telling me I'm doing like 160, 170, 180. So it is kind of matching up there. So 190 frames per second isn't too shabby. Let's just do that. Do entirely mess, decline. Celebrate spring. I'll do that and then I'll just accept it because it's done. Hello. There we go. Just tweaked up fully. Let me just... Game, what are you doing? There you go. Behave. There we go. In the background. So yeah, it is kind of marrying up nicely as the figure up there to what the in-game is showing. But yeah, 180 odd frames per second. It's probably more than what I was getting with the 3080 Ti. However, there's always going to be a limitation. Is it going to smooth things out? Maybe. But I'm specifically keeping an eye on the temperature. I'm keeping an eye on the wattage used. Now, I'm running around here and I'm pulling 215, 200 watts, 52 degrees Celsius. I think that's cool. I'll take that. But yeah, the testing that I've done in 3D Mark, I know it's a synthetic, but I have got some other tests to do. I will be putting them up on my Discord as well. If you're not already there, I'll just put that into there. Let me just see if I can copy that over. There we go. Solnix, how you doing? I've literally just upgraded to a 5090. I was on a 3080 Ti, but I've just gone to a 5090. Now, currently the prices are nuts, and I've talked about this. I did a little bit earlier, and I did in the unboxing stream that I did this morning. They are ridiculously overpriced. I can't defend what NVIDIA are doing. I mean, any of them really. I know the costs for themselves have increased, and TSMC, who are the chip manufacturers, you know, the wafers, etc., they've put the prices up, blah, blah, blah. NVIDIA's case, they know they're top dog, and they can charge what they like. So they've pretty much been just gouging the price. Now, I was quite lucky because a lot of the custom editions... I'm running at 50 degrees C now. The temperatures, I think, are more to do with the cable rather than the actual card itself. So I'm not really worried about the card. I'm more worried about the cables because we know that that's a different issue entirely with the 12-volt high power. But like I say, NVIDIA kind of been ramping up the prices. The kind of AIBs cards that have been out there, I had one on order. I still got one on kind of, I'm in a queue for a card because I didn't know when I was going to get one, and that was an Asus TUF. That was going to clock £2,400 here in the UK, and that was a cheap price. However, over the last week or so, the prices are starting to just drop, and I think that's due to a little bit of an increase in supply coming back through. And also, I think it's the price against various currencies is helping to drive down the price. Jim the Mank! Oh, viewers of plenty. Oh, viewers of plenty. There we go. How you doing, Jim? Thank you very much, my friend. Muchas gracias. So, yeah, it's... the prices are still way too high. If I'm honest, I think that the prices should be at least, and I say at least, £1,000 off what they are now. So for a top-end card should not be, if we take the price of the card that I was going to get, £2,400, it's even £1,000 off will make it £1,400, and that's ridiculous. I reckon it should be top-end cards, £800. Again, it's still too high, and then subsequently all the way down. But as you've probably seen, if you've bought any new PC equipment in the last couple of years, the prices have rocketed up. Motherboards have gone up, CPUs have gone up, RAM's gone up. Pretty much the whole thing has gone up, and it's kind of I'd say it's a sorry state of affairs, really. Yeah, the AI frames. That is going to be an interesting test, because I did test Cyberpunk on my 3080 Ti. Now, I literally tried to annihilate it, and I did, because I ran at 4K, because I run a 4K monitor, on a 3080 Ti, with everything cranked that I could, and ray tracing on to the max, with path tracing, the whole thing, and it just couldn't do it. There was no DLSS. It literally was as native rendering or native rasterization with path tracing and ray tracing all turned on, and it just couldn't do it. It was like 1 frame per second. So I'm actually intrigued to see what this can do in comparison to that. Without frame gen on, just literally raw horsepower. And it is obviously a 2-generational jump for me, going from a 3080 Ti to a 5000 series of 5090. So I'm going up 2 generations, but I'm also going up 1 tier, slightly anyway. Obviously a TI 3080 Ti is just below a 90 series card. But there's lots of more tests that I'm going to do this week. It took me all day yesterday just to do the benchmarks, because I just run like at least 3 and then do an average and then compare. But the first, just out of curiosity, and it was just curiosity, I ran 1 benchmark this morning, this afternoon when I got the card installed, and it was the Port Royal benchmark on 3D Mark. And in the 3080 Ti test, I got, I think it was 12,380, something like that. With the 5090, I got 35,600 and something. I can't remember the exact number, but it was about 175, 176% increase. And that was without any AI frames. So that was just pure raw horsepower. So you can see the generational leap there is just helping quite massively. But as I've said, playing LOTRO, I'm probably not going to see a mass improvement. I'm sat here and I'm getting 220 frames per second, but that's literally, I'm just sat looking at a relatively static screen. My temperatures are holding at 55 degrees. Fan speed is 50%. You know, I am going to do an undervolt on the card as well, just to drop down the voltage. The wattage is fine, 240 watts, etc. So I'm going to keep an eye on things as I progress. Obviously, if you're playing a much more strenuous game like Cyberpunk or anything new, you're going to have the issue where your wattage is going to be, your power draw is going to be higher, your temperatures are going to be higher, etc. So I've just got to wait and see how it plays out. But like I say, I'm going to do more tests. I'm going to be throwing up some graphs on my Discord, so if you do want to see them, for me, I'm not going to do it to the same degree that the reviewers do, where they go through everything meticulously. I'm just going to be doing your average player. I'm going to do benchmarks. I'm going to do game benchmarks. I'm on the same driver, literally a couple of days apart. I'm going to throw it in, hit a run. What does it come out at? Do an average, yeah, and compare. I'm not going to meticulously go down to, you know, all the different settings to make sure everything is the same, because a player wouldn't do that generally. Most people wouldn't do that. They would be like, hey, I've got upgraded my graphics card, slot it into the PCI slot, PCI Express slot, connect the cable, boom, off we go. Drivers are installed, yay. Yeah, I'm using the actual cable that came with my PSU, and it is high power. It's a dedicated 600 watt high power, and the PSU itself has a dedicated 600 watt 12 volt high power connector in it. So, and that's what I went for. That's why I bought it. So it's a 1000 watt power supply. So I should be good. We'll see what happens in the future with this whole cable thing. It's snugly fitted, nice and tight. Same at the other end as well, where it connects to the PSU and the graphics card. So yeah, I think we'll be good. Again, if anybody isn't aware, the problem with the cables is that there's no sensing on the cables, and sometimes some of them are kind of getting overheated, because instead of it sending the correct kind of ampage down each cable, it's pushing too much down one cable and then not enough down others, instead of balancing it out. And it's a kind of a design issue. So yeah, it's something to keep an eye on. Touch wood, fingers crossed. nothing will happen, and everything's seated correctly. So I don't foresee any problems. But if I do, then I'll obviously we'll wait and see. But Magic is getting an upgrade because she's going to get my 3080 Ti. She has a 3070 already, which I bought her. So funnily enough. And she's going to get the upgrade. She's going to get the 3080 Ti, and then we're going to do something with the 3070. So I think it's going to be fun. I'm kind of intrigued to get into the benchmarks and do stuff, which I'm kind of looking forward to. Just for comparison, because numbers go up and they're going to go up. So yeah, I'll be very interested to see what happens. But now, like I say, it's LOTRO time. Diving into an 18-year-old game with a 5090. Yeah, she does play LOTRO as well. So yeah. Anybody, if you don't know, yeah, Magic is my wife. She plays on my other Lifetime account. But ask her how to play LOTRO, she wouldn't have a clue because she hasn't played in that long. You dabbled. She's usually when she comes back to play LOTRO, it's like, how do I control my character again? I've forgotten. South Brewer is busy, yeah. I think I should dive into the mall somewhere, Mike, and see how that fares. But again, I think that's game engine related, and I wouldn't be able to do much. Anyway. Hello, howdy. So yeah, the only thing I've noticed actually since I've come into LOTRO, since changing it, is when I go to my options here, and I don't think it shows up on the stream, but it's almost like say DirectX here, which I'm just hovering over. For me, it's very difficult to actually read. It's almost like, I think on the stream it looks fine, but actually in game, it's almost like they've put like a black outline on it and made the text really narrow, because it didn't used to do that, and that's the only thing I've changed. So I might do a driver reinstall, and we'll see, because I literally reinstalled the driver yesterday. But I think the reason it doesn't show any different on the stream is because that's rendered at 1080p, whereas I'm, as you can see, full screen resolution of 2560 by 1440, but I'm playing on a 4K monitor, so I think it's just having a little bit of a winky wonky there going on. So yeah, but yeah, it's going to be good. Like I say, because of my job and everything, that's the only way that I can justify what I pay for in terms of this. It's a ridiculous amount of money, and I'm not trying to justify it in any way, shape or form. However, for part of my job now, streaming, editing, etc., it comes in so much handy to keep on top of things, because when I'm streaming, recording and playing a game, that's very, very difficult, and that was just kind of putting a little bit of a crush on my 3080 Ti. So again, it's something that as the community manager for Rockfish Games will help immensely. But anyway, let's open some boxes. There we go, that's crap. Okay, that's not too bad. That's not okay, not too bad. Let's have a look. How are we doing? Let's just plug that over there. Still got a point to spend, and Ben did send me something somewhere. Right, let's put some into Wit, shall we? Whoa. And Norrie's Missive. Okay, The Lost Thought. Okay, done that. Yeah. That's Map to the Spring Festival. Boop. Now, there is some people online in the kinship. Oh yeah, Mike, you are actually on. Okay. Cool. Oh, there we go. Excellent. So yeah, server-wise, it's been a bit hit and miss with Orcrist of late. I've kind of kept up with it, but I haven't been able to play. So I know the server queues have been quite long, and they're taking on board, I know, the data from this weekend. They've increased the capacity of the server, so that the queues, literally the queues, are not as bad. Now you can see, well, you shall be able to see, there is 1,786 people online who are not anonymous. Okay, so if you added another 200 plus 250 of people who play anonymously, Again, that's an arbitrary guess, really. Nobody really knows because they're anonymous. You've probably got about 2,000 people, if not more, 2,300, 400, 500. I don't know how many spaces on the server. So, yeah, I think it's a... I think it's been okay. I know, Mike, you said, yeah, delvings. But they have said, and this is what I read from Sevelin, who's the executive producer, that they know that if you get connected to one of the server instances in the 80s range, so basically number 80 to 89, they're not performing very well. And they're trying to find out the data on that and fix things, which I'm glad to hear because it's very frustrating. I mean, okay, I don't play LOTRO as much as I used to. I just don't have the time or the energy now, because I'm getting an old bastard, to dive in every day. But yeah, when you've got queues, when you've got server maintenance all the time, and when the performance is great, it's an issue. There's no way around it. And I think the communication from SSG needs to be, hey, we're looking at doing this. And I'm glad Sevelin's kind of doing it. I think it just needs to be spread a bit better as an announcement far and wide and saying, hey, this is what's happening with the servers. Malin, what are your virtues on your .2? Currently, this is what I've got, and this is in a DPS. Now, I'm working from a build from Bane, Mini Bane. He's at work at the moment, so he won't be popping in. But what I'm basically rocking is confidence, fidelity, honesty, wisdom, and wit. And that's very much kind of DPS mode. Yeah, you might be right actually there, Mike. Totally right. It's very, very difficult because we never actually have the numbers. We just know that the numbers went up. So, yeah, I'm very interested. By the way, anybody that's on YouTube and is on vice versa on Twitch, if I start talking to people on either, it's because I multi-stream to both channels. So I'm talking to Mike, one of my kin fellows, who I've known a very long time now. In fact, it's probably about 20 years I think I've known Mike now. Spagfoot over on YouTube, if not more. And yeah, I'm jumping between the two different chats. So if you do see that I'm talking one thing to one person that you don't see in the chat that you're in, it's probably because I'm talking to somebody else in the other channel. I'll try and remember to say hey so and so on YouTube or hey so and so on Twitch. So yeah, it's. That's my build anyway, Melan, that I'm running for. I do actually have I think they do anyway. This is my healing, but I don't do healing. This character, the days of this character actually doing any healing are long gone. This was one of my first characters, by the way, when we had the Knights Who Say Nay, who Mike was part of. We still have that kinship, which is still in existence. That we had, this was my first character, and I ran around as a healer. I thought, this is going to be a good idea. I'm going to be a healer. You know, I hated it. Still hate it. I'm like, I'm not babysitting other people because they're dying on their ass. If they can't look after themselves, then that's a them problem. But, yeah, I pretty much use this as just a DPS character because the DPS, to be fair, on a Minstrel is quite phenomenal at the moment. Contrast to 18 years ago, it was abysmal, whereas now it's a lot better. So anyway, I'm just going to change back to the DPS because this is what I'm doing in and around here. Arabin, he still can't stand Minstrel. See, I don't mind it. I'm literally ripping through stuff. And it's quite phenomenal, really. So I'm quite happy. How you doing, Nutley? Good evening, good afternoon, good morning to you. How are you all? I see you're enjoying a lot of Delta Force still. Is it good? The only reason I know that is Nutley's on my friend list on Steam, so I see when he's diving in and playing games and stuff. So yeah, but yeah, I'm intrigued in kind of FPS games and that. I do like to dabble here and there. Many years ago, I did play quite a lot, and I mean a lot. Shouty mode for the win! Yes. Yeah, Mike on YouTube, he agrees. In fact, you might actually be on one of yours now. Yes, you are, on Briga. But, yeah, very intrigued, like I said, to see how things pan out with this card. Yeah, I played it at the start. The only thing that has put me off Delta Force and it stopped me from playing it was the amount of damn smoke everywhere. whenever you'd play it was just smoke, 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 smoke. I don't even know if they've done anything to kind of calm that down. Whenever I've watched any videos, it's just, hey, look, smoke grenade, smoke, and you couldn't see a bloody thing. Mike's just saying, yeah, she heals and shouts a lot. There's Briga, not one of those lazy minstrels. Yeah. So the extraction side, yeah, I played a bit of that, and I thought that was quite good actually. Nutley, have they done like a PvE only mode now, if I remember correctly, for the extraction? Because it used to be PvPvE, didn't it? So you'd have player versus environment as well. But I think I always wished that they had a decent player versus environment mode where you could go in with your team. And I'm talking about all the FPS games. So, like, for example, doing like a little mini raid or something like that with your buddies against the environment, rather than going into and having an extraction so you could go in and get some gear. I always think that's better. Warzone was a bit of a problem. I liked Warzone. There was some good stuff in there, but then you'd always get absolutely stomped by other players. But we'll see what upcoming titles bring, such as the next Battlefield and stuff like that, but you never know. Who knows? It is still a year. There is Black Hawk Down, which is hard as hell. Okay, yeah, because that's a kind of environment raids. But is that the campaign mode? Oh, Tarkov. Yeah, I played Tarkov when it first came out, and I thought, right, I'm getting my butt sore every time I went in there. I think sometimes it's almost like they go too difficult and then too easy, and I really wish there was a kind of middle ground where you could have kind of action orientated but also a little bit of kind of jeopardy attached to it, because I think a lot of people find whatever game you play, if you spend time doing something but you get you kind of get no reward for being blasted away, and you think, I've just spent 3 hours and I've got no further on, though I feel like there always has to be some progression. Now, you could argue, hey, you've learned something because of how you've died. I don't think that really works if you want to have a popular game, because not many people in the world get value from that, and players don't necessarily have the same amount of time that they used to do. Certainly as gamers get older, we all do, we don't have as much time. Solnix, quick question. I'm starting a Lawmaster today. What path is the best? Now, I've not played since they did the revamp on the Lawmaster. I've got 3 Lawmasters, and I'm not really sure which is the kind of best pathway. So I'm not the best to answer on that one. I don't know if anybody else in the chats can kind of dive in with any kind of advice on that, because, like I say, I'm just not I'm not up with it as I used to be. Because like all the pets being a kind of action skill rather than a constant companion, etc., that's kind of all changed, and I'm like, what's going on? So still red for landscape is great. I mean, yeah, I think that's what I'm in for a lot of stuff anyway, but yeah, we'll see anyway. But anyway, I'm going to do some leveling. We got to 140. I need to go back into the Gloomy Tarn, the Deep's Grave, and enemies a Caerbronak and a Matugard. Okay, so I need to go in and out because this is a level 138. I'm gonna do that. Anybody else around here that I need to speak to? Select all. Just making sure. Okay. Right, let's just go back into the Glooming Town then and just get some of the stones from there. Glooming Town, Watcher's Roost. Let's go. I played a bit of PUBG. Yeah, I keep watching it, and yeah, I've got Armor Reforge as well, and I think it looks good. Again, a bit milsimmy is that, but I haven't played PUBG in a while. But I do like to watch Jack Frags and Will from Work. I think they're a real fun duo when they play. And they're so bloody skillful as well, which is, well, we'll say annoying, but they're just very, very good at it. Right, can we take on the glowworm? Shouty! Yeah. There we go, dead. Didn't get anything. And we're going to need humanoids for this. If I do, we'll see. Let's go see. See if we can kill a Grim. See if that gives us anything. Doesn't give us anything. Boom. Glowworms didn't do anything, so that's a bit... Hello, that critted. Nice. Let's try you. I think it's going to have to be humanoids, isn't it? So, no, let's not go down there. Let's carry on down. Yeah, just like the way like Will from work was just like doing supply runs, literally doing supply runs in his truck everywhere he went, which I thought was hilarious. Right, let's shout at you. Found a blue stone. Damn it, come on. Okay, let's do that. Okay, one more blue stone. Oh, yeah, blue stone. Not going to give me a blue stone, are you? You little weasels. Oh, you. Nope. There we go. We've got a blue stone. Cool. Right, let's get out of here. Let's get on. Let's get it on. I think the other thing is, obviously, I need the new card for work, etc. But I am a graphics snob. I like to have good frame rates, and obviously playing at 4K because of my monitor did mean that I was struggling at times, and I had to turn a lot of settings down, so the eye candy wasn't there, and frame generation wasn't really a thing. But DLSS works, quite nicely. I mean, I even did one of the tests, Cyberpunk tests that I did with DLSS on, just to see what that was like. Just standard DLSS at quality settings, I think it was. And unless you really know what you're looking for, it's hard to tell. I think so anyway, but other people are a bit more sensitive to it, but I just was like, can't really see that. Now I need to be into Deep's Grave. Okay, let's go to Deep's Grave. Ass lift. Got a bit of ass lift. I like blue line with the big black bear in landscape. Just depends on your playstyle for a Lawmaster. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I mean, there's so many ways to play the game, and I think this is what's so cool, is that you don't have to play it in one specific manner. You can play it in so many different ways. Oh, hello. Boink. Hey, got a green stone. That's what I wanted. How about you? There we go. Did you get green? Yeah, got a green stone off you. Oh, can we get 4 in a row? Do you think we'll get 4 in a row? No. Come on, you. Nope. Drake. No. Dwarf Scout. Okay. I didn't go out very well, did it? Yeah, rubbish. Anyway, let's move up round the other side. Let's see. I hope you're all well anyway. I hope you've all had a good weekend up to now. I normally have my green screen up, but because I've been faffing around with everything, I haven't put it back up again. Tripping hazard and everything. So yeah, you're just gonna have to make do with the normal screen, non-screen. But yeah, it's all good, all good. Next week as well, here in the UK, we and rest of Europe really, we go forward an hour. I know the US has North America has already done that. It was a couple of weeks ago, I think. So yeah, you need to we'll have to adjust the clocks next week, but at least it's definitely feels like we're getting lighter nights now. The days are longer now than the nights, which is cool. Boop. Come on, die! Die! Oh, for God's sake. One more stone. Hiding. That didn't work. Come on, come on. Come on. No. Okay, I don't think they're going to drop them, but... yeah, whenever you make a change in a game, it's the same with our game. If you make a change, there's not going to be everybody that likes it. There's going to be people that really love the changes. Some people are not. You're never going to make everybody happy. Wow, really? No enemies along here? At all? Well, I've got 50-90. I should be seeing all the way down there. I joke. I jest. Yep, there's no enemies whatsoever. Although this might be a discovery place, is it? I can't remember. It's been a while. It's been a while. It's been a while, mate. No, it's not a discovery place. It's just a dead end. Marvellous. Let's just do that a second. Marvellous. Whoop. I'm just glad that a lot of the classes in the game are DPS viable, that they can actually do that. One thing I hope they never go back to is that they don't allow some of the classes to be DPS in some shape or form. Because my first character was this one, as a minstrel, no DPS at the start of the game. And then my second character was a guardian, no DPS whatsoever. So my first forays into Lord of the Rings Online was painful on the first two classes that I actually played. It was... I'm surprised it stuck with it, really, but I think it's because we had such a good group of players and we were playing so much together and doing so many things. I kind of stuck with it, and you know, I was having to pair up with other people just to get through content on this minstrel, and then people wanted to help you because I was a guardian, so they needed a tank. You know, that kind of helped, but then eventually things have to change. Here we go. Can we get him? Yay! We found the green stone. Right, okay. Let's get on there. So, we need to go Pit of Stone Jaws, Matugard, and Cabronak. Right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. That way. Let's go through there. Yeah, see, there's no enjoyment in that, to be fair. If you are trying to level a character and you have no DPS whatsoever, but you might want to play that kind of class, but you don't necessarily have that many friends that can play, you're not in a kinship, you have to have some DPS there. You have to have the player the ability to get through the content, otherwise you will lose players, because and you'll never get those characters played either, because they'll be like, okay, I've got to get carried through the content. And I don't think that kind of is conducive to a good gameplay. Oops, hang on. Yeah, this way. It is this way. I was like, hang on, I'm in Matugard. So, can I... Oh, cave beast. Yeah, I think doing that as we had at the start of the game, nah. I think you would not get a lot of players playing the game at all. And I think, if I'm honest, possibly the game might have died on its butt before then. I think when you're kind of limited, and by limited I mean that you're only got so many levels. Hang on, let's do this. Let's see. You know, like we did at the start. So we were kind of, hey, you can only go up to level 50, for example. Oh, this is not killing anything. Then everybody can get there quick-ish, like at the start of the game. I think that was cool. You know, I did think it was like, hey, hey, Whitestone, you've done a great achievement, but not now when you got to get up to level 150. Nope. No, I don't think that's a good idea. Right, out of all that, not a single stone. Rubbish. Oh yeah, absolutely, Arabinic. What I was talking about earlier was going back to the old way of literally a minstrel just being a healer class, and I don't think that should happen because the DPS on the original minstrel was so painful that I think going back there would just not be conducive to a good continuous game. I really honestly think that we would lose LOTRO because people just would not play it. God, come on. Just like kind of die. Ah, okay, I collected them all. It did actually give me 2. There's me being a tool. Killing stuff for no reason. Right, let's go to up the stairs because we need to kind of get out of here, don't we? Up we go. I usually get lost around here as well. I mean, now obviously you can, still do DPS on non-red trait lines, which I think is cool. But going back 17, 18 years, literally you wouldn't have been able to do that in on a Runekeeper. Or, well, we didn't have Runekeepers then, but Minstrels and Guardians, because we just didn't hit hard enough. But now, when we have the ability of an increase in DPS, that's a function that is there, and you can't take that aspect away now. Right, here we go. Ziddy and Assad, the steep set. Right, let's talk to Agatur, Boastful. Hello. Yeah.
Have you a moment?
Zadok. Yup.
Put your back to the past and to the wind.
Brathy.
Gundabad will be ours once more.
Apparently. Gundabad will be ours once more. Hopefully. PKM Munchlax, how you doing? Good evening, good afternoon, good morning to you. Is this a 64-bit server? How's the story? Is there any voice acting? I'm thinking of starting, but I can't really find too much gameplay to make a decision. Or if it would be worth my time. I'm thinking if the game dies or a few players play it. The game is not going anywhere anytime soon, so just to answer your last bit, I'm playing on one of the 64-bit servers called Orcrist, which is the new 64-bit server that's based in the EU. I've transferred my characters over. Currently, we've got 1,783 people playing the game on this server at the moment. That doesn't include anonymous players, so we're probably over 2,000 players just on this server alone. The story is voice acted. A lot of the content is all the way through. And if you want to try it, it's free to play. So just give it a whirl and see what you think. So, yeah, go to LOTRO.com, download the launcher installer, create an account, and boom, away you go. And see what you think. So, yeah, the game is coming up to its 18th year. So, and like I said, they're putting investment into new servers. It's not going to go anywhere soon. So, yeah. Give it a whirl. That's all I can say. If you need more advice after that, when you dive in and start playing, then by all means, if I'm streaming or wherever, then by all means do come back and ask the question. The community is good. By and large, the community is good. There's a Lord of the Rings Online official server, Discord server as well, which you can join and ask a load of questions there. One piece of advice, and people do ask this, especially for new players, is what class should I play? Solnix, the new servers such as Meriadoc, Orcrist, Glamdring, and Peregrine, they are free. Only the VIP restriction applies to legendary servers. So Orcrist you can join and play. It's a 64-bit server on a free-to-play account. If you want to play on kind of Meriadoc and Peregrine, have got the RP tag, but you do not need to role play on there. It literally is that role play will happen on their server, on those servers, but it's not enforced. So if you want to go there, now depending upon where you are in the world, there's a few things to consider. The 64-bit servers for the EU, the ones that I play on, which is, I think it's Meriadoc and Orcrist. They're based in the Netherlands. Okay, that, along with Mordor, which is a VIP restricted legendary server, are the only ones that are physically based in the EU. Any of the other older servers, such as Evernight, which is what I used to be on and I've transferred from, that is still based in East Coast USA. We believe around the New Jersey location, okay, in a data center there. So my latency is 21 milliseconds to this server, okay, because obviously I'm in the UK. My data takes 21 milliseconds to reach the server. If I am to play on Evernight, for example, which was my old server, because it was East Coast USA, that would give me a ping or a latency of about 80 to 90 milliseconds. Now, just that reduction of like 75% in latency means that your gameplay is a bit more responsive, but you can still play on those servers if you wish. However, the non-64-bit servers, such as Evernight, Arkenstone, etc., they're located, like I say, East Coast USA. The new US 64-bit servers, like Glamdring and I think it's Peregrine, they are based in Las Vegas. So that ping, that latency will be different because obviously it's geographical. You can't get away from physics, even with, light speed. There is always a latency. So your latency to a 64-bit server in those newer locations may be different to what you would if you were on a 32-bit server in the old locations. Now, when you ask yourself, is it better to go 64-bit server and higher latency than a 32-bit with a lower latency? It's a difficult one to answer because the 32-bit servers are staying online for the time being, but eventually they may go offline. They haven't said if that's going to happen, but they're going to assess it probably later this year because they've just brought these new servers online. And a lot of people have transferred their characters from those servers to the new 64-bit servers, especially those guys that have been playing on the EU servers, the old EU servers, the 32-bit servers like Evernight, and then transferred to a 64-bit server in Amsterdam. Kind of makes sense for us. Other people have been like, okay, I'm just leaving my characters there. I've left one character on Evernight that's just going to sit there until they decide to close it. So I can't see that my gut feeling is that come around August, September, October time later this year, when they do look at the server numbers and how much is being played on the old 32-bit servers, I think they may start to sunset those servers and then allow free transfers. You can free transfer from Evernight, for example, to the 64-bit servers, but I believe the transfers are closed at the moment only because they've had like long delays to get the transfer to happen of the characters, but they're looking at the data and trying to bring those back online, but that's up until August. But if you were going to start basically kind of digressed a little bit here, but for Solnix, if you are going to play it on a 64-bit server, then it is free to play as long as it's a non-VIP one. Anything that says VIP, then you can't, because you have to be a subscriber to the game. If you're not a subscriber and you're just a free-to-play player, which PKM, Munchlax, etc. would be initially, then you can still play on Orcrist, Glamdring, etc. They are the busiest servers. Orcrist has had the most issues because we've had a lot of EU players all gone bleh and join it. PKM, okay, graphically it's okay. I mean, I still think that this all look good. I think that's a cool screenshot of one of the halls of Visnozel. But there's not going to be a massive increase in terms of graphical updates to the game, in terms of a game engine update, because to change the game to a modern engine would take way too long. So that's not going to happen. They'll improve things as much as they can, hence why they've been doing the 64-bit architecture for the servers, which is improved performance, but there's still issues, and this is what they need to work to. Yeah, I mean, the game's been out nearly 18 years now, 2007, and that's where myself and a lot of other players all started playing, and I've been playing for that long, on various characters, various alts, all the way through. So, yeah, Like I said, just dive in. It's free to play, so you've got nothing to lose. And there is a lot of content available for free, and roughly up to around level 95. Bearing in mind the level cap is 150. My character's only 140 rather, because I'm leveling. But the level cap is 150 currently. It may go up later this year with a new expansion that will be coming. So, hey. The world is your oyster, is what I'll say. Give it a whirl. Give it a whirl. See what you think. Right, so we've done that. I need to go to the Pit of Stone Jaws and Carebronack. Right. Let's go find the horse, the Stably Master. Arranging stables. Yes. Pit of Stone Jaws, Bargstad. There we go. But whatever you do, just try the different character classes. There's certain restrictions on free-to-play, which can be alleviated by spending real money in the store, which would make your account a premium account. If you're a subscriber, then obviously there's certain things get reduced. One of the big things for a VIP is this, which is a subscriber town services. It allows me to access pretty much the shop, the vault, the storage, the wardrobe, the house, and the forge, wherever I like. Oh, cool. Cheers, Mike, for checking that out. So, Glamdring, again, because we've moved basically from East Coast, US, to, I will say West Coast, because it's not totally West Coast, but further west, should we say, to Las Vegas. That would mean that there's about a 70 millisecond ping increase for us in the UK. So for going to Glamdring wouldn't really be viable for us in the UK or most of the people in Europe. But obviously if we're in the US, it might be geographically closer to your location. But if you're East Coast USA, your latency to a server in New Jersey might be less than Las Vegas. But it's still going to be significantly less than what we had. Because even, like I say, our latency to New York, or New Jersey, was around the 80 to 90 milliseconds, which some of the classes do suffer from, especially the Warden. The Warden needs a good low latency because they have to do the gambits, which are sequential attacks. And if you're delayed, then you can see how it can cause a problem. But no, I think I certainly suggest if you are on EU and you're looking for a server to play on, then oh, it's a beetle. When I was tagging that, I was like, why is it tagging the crystal? And I realised it isn't tagging the crystal. Do the crash. Certainly, if you're in the EU, then looking at something like Glamdring or is it Meriadoc, which is the EU RP, the new EU? I always get them mixed up whether it's Meriadoc or Peregrine. One of the two, anyway. You could go on there as well because that's quite popular. Less popular than Orcrist, but like I say, a lot of people from Evernight, which was already the busiest EU server, all decided to emigrate to Orcrist, and then we've got other people from other language servers as well coming in to Orcrist as well. So we've had a big melange. Yeah, Meriadoc is the EU. Cheers, Mike. Thank you. We've had a lot of people come in from other servers and all kind of amalgamate into one big server. So yeah, that's why there's been queues. That's why there's been some issues. But hopefully they'll work around them and see how they can improve performance. But we're just kind of in their hands. We've just got to wait and see. I'm just glad that eventually they've kind of solved some of the issues and problems because it was frustrating for a lot of players. Totally get that. To be fair, Munchlax, yes. I mean, I am 6 levels above these characters, so anything in green is just within borderline range. But I am 6 levels above, and yeah, she's quite powerful. They didn't used to be. We were just having the conversation actually that minstrels used to be terribly underpowered, and yeah, they were. I it was my first character that I ever played was the minstrel 18 years ago, and it was fun, but it would make you cry at the same time. Because you were pretty much an out-and-out healer and not a lot else. But then they brought in trait lines, which are basically, you could have like damage, you could have a bit of both, kind of healing, and then you'd have an alternative one as well, which is, you know, additional. But they didn't used to have them, so it was always quite painful. And that was a good change. Definitely a good change for the game. But yeah, like I say, I'm slightly overpowered for around this area. I've already been through here, but I'm part of this quest here that I'm doing a pouch of stones. I need to kill some enemies from here to get a specific stone. And they're not dropping, which is annoying. Come on, you crash. There we go. They didn't drop. Come on, hobgoblin. One more. Need one more stone. Yeah. You gotta love the RNG. Whoop. Boink. No. Nothing. Wait. Yep. Wow. One more. Come on. To move the UI elements by, I think default is control and right slash, or depending on what keyboard you've got, which will give you the quick slot. Oh, sorry, the UI is control and hash. Sorry, I got that wrong. Control and hash, so you can move like your vitals around should you want, if you want to put it there right in front of you. But I keep it over there. I can't move it now after all these years. I can't move it because it's like, oh, if somebody moves it, I just have no idea. So control and hash, or control and the tilde key, depending upon your keyboard. Control and forward slash unlocks your quick slots, so you can move these around in here. Did I get stuck? Come on, hobgoblin cat. You're going to give me that, aren't you? Yay! We got the Yellowstone. Right, let's get on that. I think in your options is... Did it say UI settings, key mapping? Does it actually show it down here? Yeah, so yeah, reposition UI is control and hash, and then unlock quick slots is control and forward slash. That's a very good point. That is, yeah. So if you do need to, like, if you get your layout perfect and you like it, in your chat down below my character here, you can type that /UI space layout space save, and then 1 is where you would call it. You could call it your character, for example. You know, whatever. So if I do that exact command, layout save, wow. With a caps lock, it does not help. Wow, go off caps lock. So I've just called that UI layout save Farkoff, and it saved it, and it saves it to your documents folder, which you'll have. And then, for example, if all of a sudden I go, do you know what? I'm going to put that there. I'm going to put that there. I'm going to be a rebel. I'm going to put that right in front of me. I'm like, wow, that's great. What a cool idea. Then all you would need to do is do /UI layout load, and then the name of it. So I knew it was called Farkoff, and then hit that. Boom. Puts it back. How cool is that, eh? How cool is that? Right, let's get down back to the camp. And then there is certain elements that you can use as well, which are going to bring up plugins and things like that. But I don't use that many. But there's some good ones. Right, Stable Master. Right, I'm just going to go here and I'm just going to sell some stuff because I'm sure I've got a lot of crap that I don't need. Sunstone. Oh. Get rid, keep, get rid, keep, get rid, keep. Keep, get rid. Boom, bish, bash, bush. Oh, yeah, 141 I think is my next level up, isn't it, for legendaries? Let's just do that. Yeah, it's the Comforting Songbook. Yeah, so I haven't done the Healy stuff, so that's fine. That's cool. Boop.
Aye.
So we need to be Cabro Neck, don't we? So Groomer Chast. Let's go up there. Let's get going. Right, so here we are. Let's see. Shadow Grim, are you going to give me anything? Maybe not. Lizard. Okay, somebody's been through here. Carrion Crow, are you going to give me anything? So I need black stones. I think the thing with the Minstrel as well, because you can attack on the move, which is always a bit easy mode. Okay. Guess there's not. Let's see if we can find it. I don't know if we're going to have to go to where... What about you, wolf? Kill the wolf. Let's try the wolf. Have you got stones shoved up your bum? You did! Found a black stone. Oh, yeah. Out of interest, how is the audio in terms of like the game sound, my voice, etc.? Because I did change my audio mixer beginning of last week, and then I had to reset everything up, and I'm like, oh, is it going to cock everything up? Is it going to sound terrible? Is it going to sound okay? Sounds good. Cool. Like I said, did the whole, hey, let's do a proper test. Oh wow, got killed with Grims here. When I did the live stream for Rockfish Games on Friday, there was just a couple of issues with the audio, and that was only because of a stupid setting. Hello, another blackstone. Thank you very much. Cool. Sounds good. Like I say, I always like to be told if there's something wrong, because I take a little bit of pride in audio and visual clarity where I can, because you know, if you're going to watch, you know, you want it to... Hello. Now, that wasn't me. That was just a bit of a lag spike of some description. Found a black stone. Okay, I'll just finish off these Grims. So everything just lagged there temporarily. Right, one more Grim. Didn't realise I was to do this, but it must be a quest I had on the go. Yay, ready advance. Boink. Nice. Right, so I need to go back to Mergrind Matugard. Right, up the hill we go. This way. Excellent. Thanks, Mike. It's good to see. Yeah, I'm trying to balance it half decent so that my voice obviously does overlay, but you can still hear the game sound, and it's always very difficult because what sound I hear isn't necessarily what the stream hears, because I don't want to hear what the stream is hearing as well as what I'm hearing, because that's just like, ooh, that would drive you nuts. But I can adjust my volume as well on my own personal headset for the game sound, for example, so it's all good. But thanks for the feedback. Lets me... God, that sounds very corporate, doesn't it? Thanks for the feedback.
Aye?
But yeah, thank you for letting me know that it sounds alright. Right. Hang on, he's at Mergrind in Matugard. There, we want to be there. Let's go. Let's go. So yeah, now for the time being, I only really need to update my internet speed, which is going to take a little while, but c'est la vie. Right, there we go. Let's go speak to Broin. How you doing, Broin?
Perfect. I can tell from the heft of this pouch that you found many of the stones I sought.
See, when I do that, the text is too small, but when I do it that's okay, perfect for me to read, but it doesn't look too bad either now. Talks to during the war.
You have come back at just the right time.
But yeah, the text is really weird. Okay, so less armor, less will, less vitality, less tactical mastery, and less crit rating. But it is a higher level. But I'm not going to switch to it, but I'm just going to grab it. 1000 virtue as well. Let's just double check I'm actually in that thing. So yeah, I'm earning some wit. She's cool. Doink.
Our captive is a goblin of Gundabad.
Talk to the dwarves who watch the goblin prisoner. That's cool. So we did get that. So how many points do we need? 735. 735. So yeah, currently just monitoring the temperatures and everything. I'm pulling 230, 240 watts. I'm getting 270 frames per second. Well, I mean, there's not a lot going on, so I expected. But I'm literally 52 degrees C, which is cooler than what my 3080 used to run at. But then again, that card is 3 years old. I have had that 3 years. Where? Oh, he's over there. So, okay. The jailer jailed. Cool. Let's go down there and talk to that person. Let's see. But no, the stairs are on this side. Beep 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 boo.
Eskil prevailed upon the guards to spare this goblin's life, but I am less forgiving. I know this goblin. He was my jailer when I was held captive.
No, a lot of the time when I'm playing, I will skip through the quests, only because I've done them so many times. And plus, sometimes you guys that are coming through and never seen it, I wouldn't want to spoil too much.
Do you suspect a trap as I do? Good.
Shakajat. Okay, we're going back to
see all the
Shakajat, are we?
same.
Okay. Okay, back to this pit of stone jaws. Okay. Yeah, we'll get on a we'll get on a horse. Yeah. Milk and sugar, please. Oh. Wow. I love my wife. She's great. She's just insulted the shit out of me, but you know, I'll take it.
Have you a moment?
Oh, hey. No. I'll wait for. Yeah. I'll just tell her, yeah, milk, 1 sugar, please. Yeah. Wow, spatting me tea. Rude. Jesus. Marvellous. Right, off we go. Oh, look, see, the stable master and everything is out of sync, out of level now. That really does my head in. Let's just choose him. Because I moved that earlier, I like to have them level, like that. There we go. Right, let's head to Shakajat then, and summon and defeat the hobgoblin Shoshraf. Keep on running. Running for my own. I'm actually impressed with that temperature. Even though, I mean, it's not... hello, Kergrim. It's not, you know, this isn't a strenuous game by any stretch, and I'm sure when I do the stress test, the benchmarks, etc., that I'll see higher temperatures, etc. But yeah, that is it's impressively cool, which is good. But I'm going to pull you only because I don't want to get walloped by. Oh, there we go. Got walloped by everything. Run! I love how I'm carrying this big ass sword. It's great. It's catching me. It's catching. Yeah, run away. Oh, I'm going to pull that one. Let's deal with you, shall we? It's crit. Boom. Oh dear. Knock. Hello, Shoshraf. You're going down. There we go.
By Durin's beard, he was telling the truth.
Cool. Okay, travelling around again. Right, talk to Durin north of Mergrind. Third old. It's not perfect. Now, just switching to the 64-bit servers was never going to solve that issue. Again, the game engine, the underlying issue with the game engine was always going to be a bit of a problem. And there has been some instances of lag with certain instances that are created on the server. In terms of general latency, it's a lot better. For anybody that's from the EU, they will see a significant improvement because your latency is lower. But there is still some lag, and that is like engine lag, where you're kind of waiting for the server to load things incorrectly, etc., etc. But they are aware of it, and they're taking note of issues over the weekend to try and work out why these specific instances, usually like 80 to 89, that opens up, are causing the issues. So they're looking into it, but overall, and Mike over on YouTube, Spagvote, will be able to, he's played more than I have on the new servers, but certainly for me, they are a lot better, but there's still potential issues.
Durin's folk shall endure.
Right, back to Mergrind it is. There we go. Whoop. Ba-ba-da. Ba-ba-da. Right, there we go. Durin? Oh, north of... Oh, Christ. Where is he? Oh, okay, so there's two Durins. There's that Durin there, but there's the other one that's around the corner we need to speak to. Okay. Oh, okay, that's the Broken Mirror quest. That's right. But certainly, there's room for improvement, is what I'll say with the servers, and I think the devs are aware of it, that some things aren't working as well as they should. Obviously, we'd seen what Mordor was like, but then I think we've probably seen more issues on Orcrist than we have with Mordor, even though we saw like 1,500 players on there or more, whereas on Orcrist, what are we up to? Yeah, there's 1,787 non-anonymous currently. Add in probably another 300 to 500 anonymous. We're into the 2,000s that are playing. The frustration was getting onto the servers initially because of having to queue because it was so popular.
It was just as I said, wasn't it? Yes, it was.
Talk to the prisoner and experience the divided loyalties of Glurkub the Goblin.
Sad, but you will hear it, yes?
Yep. Let's go into some session play. I'm living in a box, living. I'm living in a cardboard box. I'm living in a box, living in a cardboard box. I'm living in a box.
I remember how it all began.
Okay, this always does that. Makes me laugh. Speak to Muzmak. Listen to Muzmak in Der Schlot. You go very badly for you, Goblin.
It was a good plan. All of my plans are good plans.
Okay. Yeah, something really weird going on with the UI. Strange. Anyway, do that. Because like over here, when you look at that, obviously that's a different size, but bump that up. Something very strange. Mercy buckets. Lombag. Talk to you.
Of course it was a good plan.
Huh? Oh yeah, the right one, yeah. You get points for presentation, you do. Yeah. The wife has made me a cup of tea, milk, one sugar. But actually she's put it in the correct mug. I've actually just realised it's coming away. At the bottom. Yeah. It's the Lord of the Rings mug. That's probably actually the wrong way around. Is that the wrong way around on the screen? Oh, it's the right way around. It's because I see it reflected, but you guys have seen it there. So yeah, on the Lord of the Rings mug. But yeah, on the other side, it's just starting to wear away. Oh, the side that I showed you is fine. Yeah, it's the other side too. Well, I can always get another one. Boop. Right, Zogmaug. Boop. Okay, what I'm going to do is... Boop. There we go, I can see shit now.
None can survive the surprising strength of mighty Glurku. No, I didn't kill him. I just scared him a little. And it was enough.
There we go. Save that properly now. Muzmak, you back over there. Gorgar the Ruthless. He's a stunner, isn't he? Uh-oh.
It wasn't a question, it was a command.
Do. Bit of lag there, bit of lag, bit of lag.
It was a hammer. A shiny hammer made of precious mithril.
Minstrel.
I was rewarded for it. I became Gorgar's most trusted lieutenant. It had been a good plan, but plans change.
But plans change. He's a big boy. Jesus. He's a big bad wolf.
I could see which way the skull was rolling.
Lordy
Need a new
dude.
plan.
I just ran my war steed over the misty mountains from giant halls, and it was smoother than a gravy sandwich. That's an interesting sandwich. Right. Bop, 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 bop. Cool, you're playing on Glamdring. Cool. What's your latency like to that server? I mean, I presume you're a US player. For us in the UK, it's about 150 milliseconds to 160. But obviously for us to Orcrist is 20 milliseconds, which is cool.
Actually, let's skip this part.
Actually, let's skip
Good
this
idea.
part.
Anyway, in time we found ourselves far from the battle, on a distant snowfield.
Crap. Okay, I can't check at the moment. The last time I looked was about 1700, nearly 1800. That's not anonymous.
Now, the extent of my vengeance shall be known.
Grim Frostheart,
Who speaks to me?
we were the defenders of Gundabad, mighty one. But now, a dwarf army lays siege to that mountain. That place is lost.
Pitiful, unthinking insects. The dwarves do nothing I have not commanded.
That's
It
good
was
figures for
I
Glamdring,
who spoke
considering
to their prince
it's just
to
coming
be
up to kind of
ours.
peak time. We're obviously a
It
little bit
was
later here in
who
the UK.
planted the thought
past
of
four.
this conquest in his mind. He is powerless to resist my dragon voice.
Can it be?
Follow me, my new subjects. Follow me to Gundabad and the final defeat of the dwarves.
I told you, didn't I? Sometimes plans change.
Sometimes plans change. Cool. Dippy 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 dippy. Da 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 da. There we go. But yeah, Yeah, 1,765 entries. And obviously that figure is always non-anonymous. Anybody else that's anonymous, you just don't get to see because they don't show up.
The goblin is our prisoner, my prince. He is helpless. My prince, I am sorry. If you deem my words worthy of punishment, I will not object.
Cool. Jibber jabber jibber jibber. The orcs in the Welkin Lofts. So that's where we need to go, yes. Do the Welkin Lofts. Let's just get rid of that. Let's get Goatee McGoatee. Let's go back to here and then I haven't actually been out to the Welkin Loft, so I'm going to need to go to the Cloven Gap and then to Bazan Manar. Oh, hello. Bazan Manana.
Aye?
There we go. And then we can head out into the great unknown of the Welkin Lofts. I go out this way, so let's go through there. Outside into the Snowy. G'day, Snowy. Snowy, I can see the pub from here. Bobo. Oops, and we go. So, defeat orcs in the Welkin Lofts. So let's show me around there. Okay. So these are going to be a bit more difficult because they are on my level. Diddy, Dragonkind Slayer. You go like Welkin Lofts Beast Slayer. Oops. Alright, here we go. Some orcs and goblins. Hobgoblins anyway. I'm having a little ding dong do. Good, okay. Find the path to the summit. Okay, back that way. Wow. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah. Go. Oh yeah, I can go on a horse now, can't I? Let's test the horse. Let's test this war steed. This could be fun. Hopefully it's a bit more reactionary than it was previously. Or reactive, rather. I mean, they are still designed to be a little bit odd. Oh. Sure, we'll still go in various directions. Yee. So up here. I'm going to go into here just to collect the horse route because why not? Why not?
Our need is dire.
Marvelous. Excuse me. Onwards. If you do have a character on Evernight, but Evernight, wow, not on Evernight now. Orcrist, by the way, and you do need a home. Maybe you've kind of been kinless for a while in your journeys around Middle Earth, and you need to find somewhere to call yourself home. There's a kind of invite to come and join us over at the Gnomes, the Guardians of Middle Earth, which I've been in for a very long time. And yeah, you're more than welcome to join us on there. A bit more activity of late, obviously, with all the excitement around it. So yeah, there's a fair few people that'll be on willing to do stuffs. So if you do want to join us, just hit us up, and we can always throw you an invite. No strings attached. You don't need to, offer your firstborn or anything like that, or any down payments or monthly rental fees for a place in the kin or anything like that. Although that could be a good idea. I mean, about the rental, not the firstborn. That'd be a bit rude. So if you do want to join us, then hit us up. We'd like to have people playing. Whoop, hello. Right, over here. This is where we need to be. Ooh, this is a place we need to find, isn't it? This stone here. Boop. Dwarf Margot. Now that, if I remember correctly, isn't that the... I can say the gates to Gundabad, it's one of those, isn't it? That spire that you can just about make out. Well, I hope you can make it out. I can just about see it. You can just see it there right at the top. Hello, Mr. Wandering Ice Giant. I think we'll take you out of the equation. Thank you. Eee, timber. Okay, now I've got to get back. Okay. So I need to go back to the cage in Megrind. Backwards and forwards, forwards and back. Whee! Split. Let's go. Let's go. Do you? Well, I haven't fallen off any bridges, which is always a good sign. Normally that happens when you're on a war steed in some shape or form. But not today. Right.
Durin's folk shall endure, as we always have.
Durin's folk will endure.
Megwind. Away we go. All flying along. Bloody marvellous. Bloody marvellous. Doink. There's a mountain bat. Out the way of that. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man.
So it is as Glorkub said. Then we will proceed with the plan.
I already told the important dwarf I agreed to the bargain. The dragon calls Gorgar to meet almost every night since she came to the mountain.
Almost every night since she came to the mountain. Arr.
I do not know if we can trust him. If we cannot, there are none better than you to endure the possibility of betrayal and triumph.
Bum, 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 bum. Chill north wind. What are you doing here? Maybe I'll tell him that you refused his command. Indeed. Let's get out of here. Whoosh! There we go. Whoosh! Out we go. Diddle diddle da da. It's just rude. It's just rude. Says you don't want to ever see us ever again. Cool. Now a little bit of storyline now. Okay, let's see what cuff we might. Vitality, agility, vitality. And the cuff of freedom. Okay. Probably not going to use that even though it's a boost. I lose too much will and tactical mastery. Return to Zul Mazal by the upper crypts on the western side of the pit of stone jaws. Cool. Let's go. Bit of stone jaws.
Have you a moment?
Bargstad. Tally how. Let's go. Let's go. Off we go. Right. Oh yeah, there. I was like, where is it? And it's like, there. The problem with riding the goat is that she has very few hit points. Problem with riding a goat. Oh, we get 25% experience gain. It is a welcome back weekend, I just realised. Oh, rude. Also, the gift of Umbar as well. Okay. Thing with those, the gift of Umbar, because they're earrings, they still do give you some decent stuff, like 600 World Vitality Crit Fate. I haven't got anything yet to replace them, so I just keep them on even though I don't get the XP buff. Even though it is saying that there is a XP buff, but I'm just not gaining it at the moment. So I'm probably going to get knocked off. Yeah, so the hit will probably hit me as well. Yeah, knocked off. That's it. Bloody knocked me off. Right, let's get to here. Avoid stuff as much as we can. Bit here. Here we go. Whoosh.
Fostrith was delighted by the gift. Thank you again for collecting those stones. Oh, it's you again.
Ah, welcome back to Zul Mazal.
For what purpose was this room constructed?
Whoosh. The mystery of Zul Mazal. Ooh, it's all very mysterious.
Together we will learn what secrets lie hidden within the walls of this chamber. This must be where Glurkub found the Mithril hammer.
Yeah, it did, and I think that's a boo-boo. That shouldn't actually be in there.
Let us return it for now, and see if anything reveals itself.
See, that should now appear there.
Nothing? I thought I heard a sound.
There must be something else, my prince. If returning the hammer was sufficient, the goblin would have seen it.
The goblin would have seen it.
Ah, well spotted, Bosi. But what else must be done?
Perhaps the mosaic must be intact.
I suppose it is possible. There is some enchantment here. You are in luck, Prince Durian.
Let's do that.
Come, Fastrith. You will help me assemble the mosaic. First, let us remove the stones so we can begin fresh. All right. Carefully, carefully. This is delicate work. Over here, and over here.
My prince, do you hear something?
I do! Hobgoblins! Protect Stolly and Fastrith. They must finish the mosaic. It is finished.
Beautiful. What a work of art.
Behold, the death of Motsog the traitor, my prince.
But nothing happens. Perhaps this was not the key.
Are you certain the mosaic is complete, Stolly? Am I certain? Of course I am. How else could it look?
Well, I wonder. I think we need to start over. I have had an idea.
What? When does the master heed the words of his apprentice? When he is commanded to do so by his prince, perhaps?
Yes, Dally, you dick.
Perhaps then. We will clear the stones and begin anew.
You see, we start like so. And then, a little more. Yes, this is coming along.
I think I hear the hobgoblins return.
Oh, really? Come on, do us a favor, back off.
I think the picture is complete.
But what does it show? I don't understand.
Motsog and Durin were friends before they were foes. Perhaps.
A secret passage! Fastrith was right. That was the key.
Okay. I don't think that bit worked correctly with that kind of crypt and the hammer, because the hammer was showing already in the crypt, and then I'm sure previously the crypt slid out the way. So I think that's a bit of a bug.
For how long has this secret stair remained hidden? And where does it lead? My breath is stolen away by the sight.
Yeah, cool place. I did like this kind of storyline. That's going to get on the go. This is taking a while. It's taking a while. Dum 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 dum. Dum 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 dum.
What is this place? I cannot believe a traitor such as Moltsog would be given the dignity of a tomb!
Yep.
Something is not right.
Show yourself, villain. Ba-ba.
I say again, show yourself to us, villain! Only cowards hide behind such a veil of deception. The statue of the traitor is so lifelike. Is this a tomb? I can almost hear him. But how can I know the sound of the traitor's words? The bearer of that voice died long ago. And yet, I am put in mind of the Anvil of Winterstith, and of a voice that spoke through the ice. It spoke of dwarves long dead, and of great deeds. It was the voice of a dwarf, not a dragon.
Not a dragon.
It was the voice of a friend, courteous, but stern.
It was I who spoke to you, Durin, my friend.
Fell sorcery! Explain yourself, villain!
This is the work of the first crafter.
Lies!
I would not speak falsely to you, Durin, my friend.
And yet you bear the visage of Motsog the traitor! How do you know my name?
I know you for my friend Durin, for I have seen you in all your guises during my long sleep. Your outward form does not hide you from the sight of my dream.
You say you know me. So too do I know you. Motsog the traitor, leader of the Grey Mauls, father of treachery. Why should I trust your words?
I have seen much you have forgotten. I will show these sights to you, that you may remember them.
What do you think?
Let's go for a ride.
See then what you have forgotten.
Cool. I've always liked this kind of story where it tells you everything that happened in the background.
How can this be? That is Durin the Sixth. We have to help him.
There is no help we can provide, my friend. This was to be your end.
Every dwarf knows the tale, but this vision is so lifelike. Durin the Fifth, slayer of the dragon Sauron.
So you were, and yet... The dragon was also your end.
Does it always end thus?
Yep. Pretty much.
Durin the Fourth came to the aid of the last alliance in distant Mordor. How is it you beheld this?
The first crafter gave to me the dreaming sight. I have seen all your victories and all your defeats.
Do 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 do.
Sauron waged his war upon Eregion. Durin the Third fought well and bravely. Did he not?
Many were the glorious deeds you accomplished in that war, my friend. But this was the last. Retreating into Khazad-dûm and sealing the doors.
But the dwarves survived. The king did what needed to be done. Durin the Second ruled in Gundabad. Would that I could have seen it at its height.
But you did, my friend. Can you not see yourself behind the guise of each ruler I have shown to you? Here it was that you offered Gundabad to the Jelruka.
Stop! Stop these visions! Put an end to this nonsense! I am shaken, I confess it. I will not be swayed by honeyed words from an enemy's tongue.
I do not deny it. Durin, who was once my friend. Once seen, it was by the Miramir that Durin's heart dwelt evermore. When he went there to live, it was I, Motsog, he left to rule Gundabad in his name. We had fought side by side against the creatures of Morgoth for many years. But it is as I said, his heart was captured by the lands he saw a-wandering. But I had not, and I did not.
Mithril.
Aye, so it was.
So Motsog was not the
Not all
nasty
of the
piece of work there,
Longbeards
but he thought it
chose
was.
to follow Durin to the shore of Keled Zaram. It was at this time that a party of elves tarried in Gundabad. Their weapons shone with a brilliant luster, and all could see they were wrought of true silver. My anger could not be contained.
Oops. So basically a misunderstanding got wrong under the stick, and then ever since then dwarves and elves have hated each other.
I had need of the true silver to fuel my war against the orcs and trolls. Was Mithril not the domain of dwarves alone? Here it was in the hands of elves. But not for long.
He's slaying them all. Oops.
I claimed the mithril weapons of the elves for my people. I had them reforged into 7 great war hammers. So too did I reforge my people. What once were Longbeards became something new. We became the Greymauls, and I the king of Gundabad. I spoke boldly, but I feared the armies of Durin. What secret paths into Gundabad might you know that I did not?
Indeed.
I ordered the creation of a mighty golden city in the mountains. I see now that my son Modvit was possessed of a wicked heart. But I heeded his words, as I should not have done.
Oops. Oh dear. The Grey Mole Rebellion. As it happened.
See you now that I deny nothing?
These crimes are unforgivable. Finish your tale, Motsog, and be done with it.
I speak not of deserving, my friend. This was the plan of Durin, foolhardy as it must have seemed to those who cared for him. It began with his surrender. Betrayed. Absolutely betrayed. Shocking. Bloody In
shocking.
this moment of triumph, my Grey Mole saw not the danger. An army came by secret paths to free their captive king.
Climb. Keep climbing.
Longbeard fought Grey Mole and Orc in the heights of Bir Sahar, and the lanes ran with blood.
I know of your crimes, Motsog.
But you know not of this, Durin, for it was known only to few. Nine great dragons swept out of the northern skies, raining fire upon the mountainside. The orcs turned their swords upon Longbeard and Grey Mole alike.
Up, 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 up.
Undying feasted upon dwarves that day. How many great warriors died to Thorog's claws in Bir Sahar? I cannot say. But dragons were not the only evils sent by Sauron to my city.
Escadoos of the fortress. There's the Balrog.
This was the Balrog called Asgard, wreathed in shadow and flame.
Hey, Linksy. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning to you.
The fury of our blows was such that a great storm arose, and the mountain itself was sundered. The flame of Az-Kadur's was quenched, and he fled. We suffered grievous losses, but so too did Sauron. 5 dragons were slain at our hands. Those that escaped would cower in fear of our weapons forevermore. And so concluded the Sunder battle, and with it, the Greymaw rebellion. I was defeated, but the dwarves survived.
Interesting.
Durin knows the rest of the tale. It is not for me to tell.
Is this some trick?
Whatever you want to do. Do it now and finish for 6. Nobody else is coming. Finished before you did.
Hear then the end of the tale, as I know it to be.
Sausage.
The battle was ended, but there were tears still to shed. I held the axe that would end your life, Motsog. Even now I can feel the weight of it in my hand.
I remember the tears on my face. Tears so bitter they burned holes in my armor.
So many of our people slain.
Mm. Cut the beards off.
The wounds of the Greymore Rebellion were never forgotten, but Motsog himself disappeared into legend.
Indeed. "460 frames per second, I think, is a little bit excessive. Well, I would like to load in the scene, please. Okay. Might have a bit of a problem here. The scene hasn't loaded.
You were my only friend in those days, Durin. As you had been in the beginning.
I'm going up some stairs somewhere, I think, and I can't really tell. Oh, I think we're just going back into his cave there. Okay. Something hasn't loaded.
None others visited in my solitude. And that was just.
It's weird because you can see certain like shadows, but the textures and everything hasn't loaded in.
On my last visit, I found that you had entered a deep slumber from which you would not wake. Sleep well, my enemy and my friend. I wish for you pleasant dreams. May they show you that our people live on and are strong. Farewell, Motsog. I knew it not at the time, but the first crafter heard my words. He gave to you the dreaming sight, to last until I returned and awakened you.
Hey, there we go. Oh, I'm back now.
And now I have, these many lives later.
Cool.
Durin gave me my life, both mercy and punishment.
Oops, oh, which one do we want? Right, okay, we'll get that.
I deem you are his close advisor.
I am conflicted. I have decided.
I swear to fight for you, my friend of old, my king, for as long as I am able.
It seems the conquest of Gundabad will succeed or fail by nightfall. The time has come for me to call for Dweromut.
Cool. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. 300 frames per second. It's rude. 324 frames per second there. Looking up the goat's bum, 300. 465 looking at the floor. That's just nuts. That's just nuts. How are the new servers? They're going okay. There's been a few issues in terms of queues onto Orcrist. I think even now there is a queue for people trying to get in. Currently we are showing 1,759 entries in terms of players that are on the server. That doesn't include Anonymous, so we're thinking there's, you know, a fair amount of people on the server or trying to get in. But I do believe that there is a queue already in place. But sometimes the servers have been acting up a little bit. Certain instances, certain players are getting stuck on certain instances within the server, and then all of a sudden you know, the lag is there and it's not performing as well as it should. So the devs are monitoring the data that's coming from the servers and trying to get locations and everything, but they seem to think it's pinned down to at least just 10 of these instances that are causing it. But other than that, they seem to be performing well. I mean, I've had no issues this afternoon, but I'm in Gundabad away from the masses, and I'm still getting like 20 milliseconds, which is perfect for me to connect all the way to Amsterdam. So yeah, generally Orcrist has been the most problematic, though. I think it's the fullest. Glamdring, I think, has had a few issues as well, but hopefully it'll get them ironed out over the coming days and weeks, which fingers crossed it will. Whoops. Well, I would say there's some big fucking spiders.
What did you discover beyond those secret stairs? How fares the prince?
So I talked to Prince Ingo at Mergrin, talked to Glowing at the Steep Set, and talked to Imak on the western shore of the lake in Gloomy Tarn. Actually, let's just use this. Return to the Noble Gate. I've actually still got my travel to premium house skill, which I don't actually have yet, because the housing is not open. Although there was an issue, like a week or so ago, or maybe 2 weeks, where they did some maintenance on the servers, And then when they opened up, I believe housing was available, so some people dived in and bought houses. However, they have since done a compulsory purchase on those houses and basically taken them back off the place because they said that you should have them, which was quite funny.
So, we come to it at last.
Durin's folk shall
deep
endure,
set and
as
then
we
gloom
always
set.
have.
We need to be up the stairs, so let's get on the goat. There's glowing. Boop.
Dwaro motes. To think I should live to see another.
And then Imak on the western shore of the lake in a glooming tarn. But I'm probably going to be on for about another 10 minutes or so, I think. Get through this.
Have you a
if
moment?
I can. And I need to go help Magic with some food. Glooming tarn. Watch the roost. There we go. And then I might come back with another stream later on, or I might crack on with some new benchmark testing on the 5090 over the 3080 Ti, which I've just switched over to today. If you've not seen it, there was a little unboxing video that'll be up on YouTube, which you can go check out. And then subsequently, I've started some benchmarks for the differences between the two, which currently up to now, in some instances, is quite substantial. I have I've jumped rather, not dropped. 2 generations, so I went from the I bypassed the 4000 series and then I got up to the 5000 series. But I did manage to get hold of one of the RTX 5090 Founder editions, and you can see at the top that I am kind of checking out on temperatures and wattage usage and stuff like that. So it is okay. It's only LOTRO, but that has been kicking out at like 90+% usage, which I think is cool. Fan speeds have been good, temperatures have been good, so yeah, up to now, all good. But we'll see what the numbers bring in the game tests and the synthetic benchmarks that I'm going to do. But I'll be putting up some benchmarks into my Discord as well. So if you're interested in what the difference is on a gamer kind of sense,
Is that what it sounds
nothing
like?
scientific, too scientific, then yeah, we'll have some more information soon. Okay, so if I go back and then go to the thing fold, which will be over in a good place, which is Cloven Gap, Walking Lofts. There, so we've got the Dech Buzzru. Oops, and the Crystal Grim. And the glow one. Let's avoid the glow one. We don't want to be dealing with the glow one. Still think this is one of the best places in Gundabad. Such a cool environment. Fair play whoever came up with the idea of this style that they've used. Right, Stable Master. Can
Our
you take
need
us
is dire.
to... There. Oh, did I just choose the slow horse? Or did I choose the swift? Oh, swift, thank God for that. I thought I was going to have to do a very slow horse. Which was going to be fun. It was going to be interesting, wasn't it? Right, let's go this way. And then up. Up. Up we go.
Some dwarves have arrived, but not enough.
Not enough.
Nearly enough.
Not nearly enough. There we go. Right, let's just have a look. See at our shop and stuff. Keep all of that. There can go. There can go. There can go. There can go. I'll probably swap that, even though I'm going to lose the tactical mastery. I've got all that outgoing healing, which I don't need. So I'll probably put that legacy loop on. Just for shits and giggles. Stonefinder's robe we don't need. We don't need that. No, keep that. No, we'll keep as we have. Get rid of that, get rid of that. Get rid of that, get rid of that. And then that one's just an outlaw there. Let's keep that. Groovy. Tracery, 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 traceries. All sorts of traceries. Which is fine. Yeah, see, I think the other thing is all the other stats that you get with these earrings of might, agility, which are just handy to have, even though you don't really use them. They can be helpful, plus the crit rating and the fate. They do actually, you know, even without the XP boost, are still quite good stuff. Still quite good. But, anyway. That is actually a very good place to stop. I was going to stop in about 5-6 minutes time anyway, so I am going to stop there. We're going to go have a break, have some food, and then we'll see if we can come back maybe later on and do some more stuff. But I am intrigued to see how performative this 5090 actually is and how it performs with some benchy marks. So yeah, it's been a good stream actually. I've enjoyed it. We keep ticking along with this Minstrel. We will get it to 150 progressively, slowly but surely. Hopefully the servers will behave and everybody can get on and play. So if you do want to find out more about the tech upgrade, do check out the video. Do have a look at the upcoming graphs once I've done all the benchmarks, which will take a while. I'm going to be intrigued to see how well it copes with Cyberpunk, because the 3080 Ti did not enjoy that at all. At all. It wasn't good. But how are you doing, Hark? No melting burning cables? No, it's working perfectly fine up to now. No issue. I've got the overlay up at the top where I'm pulling like 200, 300 watts, something like that. So yeah, it's all been good up to now. We'll keep an eye on it, obviously. But yeah, check out the video if you've not already. That's been up on YouTube. Should be there, nice and easy to have a view of the unboxing, and then once I get everything tested and completed, I shall throw in some more graphs. But one little graph I have already done, or one little test, I've already seen 175, 176% improvement over a 3080 Ti. That's good stuff, that's good stuff. Anyway, thanks very much. You can have a round of applause. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to love you and leave you, and I'll see you again soon. In the meantime, folks, take care, be good. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.